Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we're going to recap the 2021 Bourbon Burn. My name is Steve Akeley. Please join me in welcoming my co-hosts for the evening, Kathy Cool and Phil Collin. Hey, how's it going, gang?
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I had to do that on the fly there because we had a couple people dial in at the last minute. So Jessica Fullerton may be joining us. She is our announcer, and she got held over at work and has a long drive to go home. And so she, at some point, will be joining us this evening. We're recording 3 shows. This is the first of 3. She may even make it on this one. We'll see. And then Jason Bronner works in the restaurant business, and sometimes the wheels just fall off when you're in that business. Nothing can be done. He called me about an hour ago and said he just won't be able to make it. I get that. So no big deal.
Never a dull moment on the ABV network. Never know what you can get when you tune in.
Yeah. So we'll do a short Bourbon Burn story here. So
okay.
Phil had to go out of town during the middle of the burn, which we'll talk about that. I guess we'll recap this. But he had to have me fill in for some of his introduction duties. And part of the deal was, in exchange for me doing those introductions, he would bring in a
stellar impression. World famous.
I couldn't think of impression.
Wow.
Oh
my impressions leave a bad impression if you can't even remember what they're called.
Yeah. No, so I forgot the word impression, but so that's what you're going to do. So do you have something for us?
I do. It's an impression of me, actually.
Okay.
So I'm always worried because, homeowner living in a neighborhood and such, I'm always worried that Halloween is going to sneak up on me and I'm not going to be ready when kids knock on the door. And the following is my fear of the scenario that would unfold when people start knocking on my door at like 7:30 in about 2 weeks on Halloween if I don't prepare.
Okay.
So to cue off this person, I just need one of you to give a little ding dong, a little knock knock.
Ding dong.
Oh, hello. Oh, costumes. Holy crap! It's Halloween. Hang on 1 second. Candy, no candy. Okay, listen. For you, we've got a 50 milliliter Devil's Cut. And for you, it's an empty bottle of Knob Creek. You can turn that into a planter. Something at your house. Who likes Blanton's? Listen, I'm going to let you look at this bottle topper. Do you see the horsey? You can't take it home with you, but you can tell your parents you saw it. Better luck next year, kids. Thanks. I'm sorry. Enjoy the Devil's Cut. Here, I found some fireballs in the back alley. You can have those too. Happy Halloween, everyone. So that's my impression of me not being properly prepared for Halloween and taking from my stash from coming to my house. What the hell is that?
What the hell is wrong with you at this point? I don't know.
It's been a wild week.
So yes, it has been. So yeah, you and I were talking beforehand. We're still tired from this thing. It's a couple days.
I'm tired and sore, man.
Yeah, I'm not sore. I didn't have to do the breakdown. So
the setup. I did both.
Or the setup.
Don't get me wrong. There's an entire squad of an amazing crew of staff and volunteers that make it happen.
Oh, you were telling me before we started it was mostly you.
Yeah, really like how I was.
He doesn't know what to say to that, Kathy. Kathy, do you want to try? Do you do impressions? You want to try something?
You have a good impression in your holster, one in your back pocket?
Yeah, we've never asked her.
That is a party trick.
No impressions. Not something I'm very good at.
And
well, give it a try. You don't know until you try. Give it a try. Yeah.
Okay, here's me on Halloween in about 2 weeks when kids come knocking on my door. Get off my lawn!
Oh, very good.
That's all
Very
I got.
happy. Very happy woman. Yeah, there you go. So there is our impressions of ourselves apparently today. So yeah, it's a new thing. I didn't know you could do impressions of yourself, but it's a thing. Sure. All right. It is time to drink. I'm going to kick this one off. I've got still 6:30. I got a Missouri bourbon bottle here. This is batch number 9. And this is going to be the last pour of batch number 9. Oh, I did have, I pulled out the first glass. Look at this thing, Phil. Look at that crack.
It's a beauty.
Yeah, this one's gone. She gone.
Don't cut your tongue on that.
Yeah, no, that's going to the trash. I just got to get that to the trash when I get out of the studio.
The crack is so big, it's impressive. The glass is still.
Yeah, how did it stay together? Yeah. I don't know. It's a wonder of nature. All right, here we go. Cork pop. That was decent for what I got here. This is a last pour. Yeah. Here we go.
Hail and farewell.
It's a hearty pour, but especially for the first show. But it is what it is. All right, I was up first. Next up is going to be Kathy.
So we were at Bourbon's Bistro about a month ago, and I ran into him on the sidewalk, and I totally fangirled him. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited to meet you. So I was going to fangirl again and drink some Buzzard's Roost. This is a straight.
You mean brother on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he sits out at the little bistro table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
cool.
I was like, oh, it's so great to meet you. I'm so excited to be here finally. I've heard so many great things. And he kind of brushed me off like, creepy woman, run away. But, so I was going to show him that, no, I really like Buzzard's Roost. This is the rye. It is 112.96 proof. This is the Westport whiskey and wine single barrel.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh, we have a new leader. That's going to be tough to beat.
Without a doubt. Yeah, well, I'm
going to bring your best if you're going to beat that.
My best I did not bring tonight in lots of ways. So, but I did bring some of my best whiskey. But the goal is to actually create, some bottle kills and some empty soldiers. So I'm getting to the bottom of this guy from Wilderness Trail. Just their bottled and bond, a single barrel Kentucky straight whiskey from Wilderness Trail. Almost empty, so we'll see. Squeaker.
That's third place at best there. So.
At best, come on.
At best, maybe even fourth.
A solid bronze.
Yeah, a solid bronze. Yeah. Here we go. Cheers, gang.
Cheers, everyone. Congratulations, Kathy.
Yes, Kathy wins. All right. What we'll do next?
That means I get to buy a T-shirt now.
You do. You're official.
Network with a bottle op.
Yeah. Available on Amazon. It's free shipping too if you are a Prime member. So check it out at Amazon.com. ABV Network Cork Pop T-shirt.
I don't think you need to say Amazon.com. I think most people are aware of how to get to Amazon.
Phil's correcting me on stuff now.
No, I love that it's on Amazon, but truncate it a little bit.
He's angry that we got someone on Amazon before him.
I won a Cork Pop once or twice upon a time. So I think even though the shirt has come since, I think I might still get a shirt.
Okay.
Well, what do we do if we run into someone in public who's wearing the shirt that we don't think they've won a Cork Pop?
You tell them to take it off. Take it off, throw it on the ground.
You yell stolen valor.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
Stolen valor.
We'll have YouTube videos out there of people wearing those that haven't actually won, and someone screaming at them, stolen valor, stolen valor. So, yeah, it happens.
I can do that.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be burn time. We're going to talk about it. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Hi, this is Mr. Bill. You're listening to Bourbon Daily.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're talking about the 2021 Bourbon Burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Successful event, huh, Phil?
Incredibly so. Stellar. It couldn't have gone better. The weather agreed with us on top of everything else. The one thing we can't
Weather, yeah. So out of your control, but couldn't have been any better, really. I mean, not hot, cool, but not cold. It's perfect. Really was. That's as good as it'll ever get. You'll never get better than that. So
I mean, one of the reasons we plan to have it in late September or early October is because that's hands down some of the finest weather in Kentucky, and the rest is just a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, but it has been not necessarily that great in year. I mean, there was one year when it felt like it was like 100 degrees. I don't know.
127 degrees. Yeah.
It was so hot. And then another year it was really cold. So yeah, you just don't know what you're going to get. Well, you're statistically, your odds of getting good weather are probably best. You never know what you're going to get.
Should we familiarize our Bourbon Daily listeners who are not familiar with what the Burn is?
Sure. Yeah. Tell us about it.
I'd be happy to do that. So it's our annual 3-day bike event where it's a bike ride during the day, whiskey festival at night. It all happens at the Kentucky Horse Park just outside of Lexington. And every day you can choose to ride a different distance, and you go out and back from the horse park. So your journey begins and ends in the same spot. Camping's included. Some people bring an RV. Some stay in our partner hotels. We have shuttles go to partner hotels. And over the course of the day, you visit everything from Kentucky horse farms to breweries and many of those fine Kentucky distilleries. This year we had partners including Buffalo Trace, Castle and Key. We do the big ones. We do the small ones, Hartfield and Co., Bluegrass Distillers, Three Boys. So a little bit of everything. And the routes vary from 25 miles to 110 miles. And the hat I wear as the development manager for the team is a lot of different things, getting everything set up. But the part I enjoy the most is building those experiences in the evenings and partnering with our vendors and our distillery friends to turn, this small campground at the Kentucky Horse Park into the best damn party in the state of Kentucky on Friday and Saturday night. And it's a blast. And it's a lot of work, as anyone who organizes one annual event knows. But this year we just wrapped it up and it was phenomenal. It could not have gone any better. And it makes my heart go pitter patter every email or social media comment or post from a rider who really enjoyed themselves. Yeah. So that's the Burn in a nutshell. This is our 5th year and our 4th event. And one of the reasons we're talking about it is since year 1 in 2017, Steve Akeley has been the MC, welcoming riders as they start the day anywhere between 7 and 9, and then in the evening letting them know where to go and when for food, for bourbon, for entertainment. Yeah, and I just have some fun with it. So, one of the things that inspires me is my mom watches QVC, and that is literally. I can't wait to see where this is going. Yeah, it is. It's got a story here. So my mom watches that, and she'll flip that on when I'm there, and I just want to gouge my eyeballs on it. It's horrible, and my ears, because these are people that are talking on the microphone, trying to keep together what is a sales conversation. They don't have any fun. They're just all focused on their product. So to me, when I'm getting on the microphone, I'm literally from 6 o'clock to 9:30 in the morning. And then from 4 o'clock to 9:30, you're talking about hours and hours on the mic. I'm not going to sit there and be like, okay, racers, get ready, get set, go. I got to have some fun. So I just start telling stories. Phil even did a story request. He wanted to hear my ZZ Top story. So I told that the previous year, and I told it this year too. Excellent. And people like it. So that's part of it too. It's a ride, not a race. So people are there to have fun. Right. There's people are setting their own goals for how many miles they can get under the belt. We say you got to earn the burn to savor the flavor later that night, but you don't have that race mentality. So it's an easygoing crowd. There, no one's rushing out of the gate to finish first.
One guy told me, and I think it sums it up well, because I was talking on the mic, and he approached me and said, "Here's why this is what it is." I said, "They're all nice people there. I mean, it's a big group, so you would figure just percentage wise in life, there's got to be X amount of a-holes there, but there's not. They're all nice people." And he says, it's a struggle. It's, you're biking for hundreds of miles or 100 miles. And, it's an example, on one day you're sleeping on the ground when you're done. I mean, it's not easy.
On Saturday, we have a century route that goes 106 miles biking, and those rolling hills of Kentucky ain't flat. So
yeah. So he's like, that waters out anybody with a bad attitude. They just don't do this kind of stuff. And maybe he might be right. He may be onto something there.
I think it's true. I think part of it, I mean, I'll talk about what a great event it was from the top of the mountain, but having a return to the burn this year after a year off, last year, a lot of people deferred and said, keep my money. I'll come back next year and do the ride. I think this was something that people were looking forward to a long time. I think events in general, people are looking forward to for a long time. So I think a lot of them I noticed came this year with that kind of enthusiasm, thrilled to be there, thrilled in some ways to be anywhere. I think there'd been a lot of anticipation.
I've got a question for you, Phil, but I want to have Kathy weigh in on it first and guess, because I just want her to tell me what she thinks the answer will be. And Phil, you might not even know yourself. While you're certainly immersed in bike culture because that's your job, I don't think you're the same as your the co-owners event, Austin.
Fair enough.
Molly. You're not to that level.
Yes, they formed this bike event when they were biking across the southern part of Argentina.
Yeah, just crazy stuff.
I have done no such things.
Right,
yes.
right. So, and again, I'm asking Kathy first because I want her to weigh in. From a serious biker, someone who goes out and says, okay, on Friday I'm going to ride 60 miles, on Saturday I'm going to ride 106, and on Sunday I'm going to ride 48 or whatever it is. I don't know the exact numbers. A lot. So they're very serious about their bike riding. What do they think of the person who comes in there and has those electric bikes that anytime it comes to a hill, they just, they're pedaling downhill and on the flat spots, but anytime they're on a hill, it's as the motor kicks in. Kathy, what do you think the biking community's answer to that is going to be? And in particular, the serious ones, obviously the total casual person, that's who's getting that. That would be certainly if I was going on there, that's what I would have to have. Kathy, what are your thoughts? What are the serious bike?
I'm surprised those are allowed, for one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're kind of on the lines with where I'm thinking this would be at.
I think that the serious biker is going to kick them over.
Okay,
they're going to pass them and they're going to give them a little nudge.
Wow. So you're going to say they definitely don't like
Peloton, buddy. You don't belong here. They're posers.
Okay, so Phil, again, knowing that this isn't any sort of competitive thing, so there's nothing to win here or anything like that.
Yeah.
Are competitive people who are really into riding bikes, do they look down on the people with the electric bikes or not?
Went to a national bicycle tourism conference in San Antonio a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of new to the whole bike tourism thing at the time, and I was shocked to learn the number one divisive topic is: should your event allow electric bikes or not?
So it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. We get questions all the time on our policy. Again, we're a ride, not a race. We want everyone to have fun. If it's on two wheels and you can pedal it, you can bring it. But it is a hot topic in the world of
okay, that's what I figured. That's what I
hotter. And I think I can't never speak for anybody else, but I do think there's some people who look down on it. I think there's others who celebrate it. Some events don't want any part of it, and we encourage it. We want you to come and have a good time. But I was surprised at this conference how much time we spent talking about electric bikes.
Okay. So it is a big deal. I would think that yes, the serious biking community doesn't like it, but when you have this thing that's non-competitive and you're in a place like Kentucky, very hilly, that is not an easy ride by any means. When you're talking about, think about driving to those distilleries. It's kind of windy. It's kind of hilly. Yeah. It's actually kind of not an easy ride, even when you're in a car. So I can't imagine being on a bike.
Some people absolutely love it. They live for it. So
yeah. Did you hear the Brent Elliott story?
I have heard many Brent Elliott stories.
Did you hear his Bourbon Burn story? His Bourbon Burn story?
No, except he's ridden in the burn in the past, and he couldn't make it this year because he was rocking Louder Than Life down in Louisville.
Yeah.
No, what's the story?
Okay, this is a good story. He told me this at Bourbon Festival. So the weekend before.
Yeah.
So I'm at Bourbon Festival, and of course, Brent, I saw him. I think the last 2 times we did it, it was there. And I asked Brent, I said, "You going to be at the Bourbon Burn next weekend?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "COVID. I'm not in the shape I was 2 years ago, and I need to start training again, and I'll get there, and hopefully I can be there next year." So, okay.
And Four Roses has been a tremendous sponsor this year. We couldn't visit the distillery because they're, as you know, building a beautiful new visitor center, and I think they're not welcoming large groups like several hundred bike riders at a time. But they offered us a special limited bottle that people could buy in advance. It was a Four Roses small batch bottle engraved with Bourbon Burn 2021 at the bottom, and all signed by Brent Elliott. 100 and plus bottles he signed, and God, that guy signs a lot of bottles. I wonder if he goes on vacation, if he just gets bored and starts signing his name on random shit all the time.
He might.
They've been tremendous partners, and they were at the tasting tent on Friday night. So yeah.
So, when does planning start for Bourbon Burn 2022?
Right now, it's like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. They put up the balloons and they start planning and designing for next one. But more importantly, we will be announcing the dates for Burn 2022 in the next week, if we haven't already by the time this airs.
Sure.
It'll be about the same time of year. We'll have that same location, but we'll have all that announced, and then registration will open probably early January, like it does every year. And tickets go fast, my friend. They sell out quick. So
yeah, don't wait around.
Join us. It's a ton of fun. Even if you're a casual bike rider, join us just for the fun whiskey stuff in the evening. Great times. It really is. I'm so proud of this event. So proud to be part of it. It's
so just so we don't skim over that. I mean, there's great events. There's each night there was 5 different distilleries offering pours, so opportunity to taste products. And these are both big and small distilleries, just like Phil said that before. There's the Burn supports big and small distilleries, so you could do that. There's also a couple of VIP tastings led by people from the bourbon industry, and then they also
additional add-on ticket, but those fly like hotcakes too. So
yeah, and they also had these Burnside chats that they called them, and they had a couple of people there: Bo Garrett from Wild Turkey and Jason Bronner, who we know from Bourbon's Bistro.
Those are fun.
Telling stories.
Take a load off on a hay bale, sit around, and hear some good stories from good storytellers, or people who at least have good stories to tell. And there's live music in the pavilion, and the meals included, and massage tent and merch table, whole shebang. It's great. I'm really proud of what we execute.
Yeah. So get signed up, get involved. It's a lot of fun, and again, look forward to sometime in January when the tickets open up, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it too. So yeah, it'll be out there. So. Very cool.
More information on the website, bourboncountrybourbon.com.
All right, we'll wrap this one up.
Thanks again for being part of it, man. Wouldn't be the same without you there.
I'm glad to be part of it. I love it. So, yeah. The warden and I, she's usually there. She doesn't like to talk in the microphone at all. So but she does help out with some of the errands and stuff you got to do, or, track down Molly because I have a question. So, yeah, that's kind of her role there.
Kathy, come join us next year. Make the trip out.
I would love to.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'll bring my electric motorbike.
Yeah, of course. That'll go over well. That'll really push the envelope.
Another burn in the books.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook at Kathy Cool.
All right, Phil.
You can find me on Instagram at Derby City Phil, all one word. You can find me also on Twitter at Derby City Phil, all one word.
Right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Kathy, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yes. I just want to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we are doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Well done.
Yeah, that was all the practice we did to get that.
Exactly.
Will there be a new show tomorrow, Steve?
Yes, there will. So until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.